Late last night, Stevie J dropped a bombshell that sent shockwaves through Hollywood, Atlanta, and the entire internet. What he revealed about Bambi isn't just messy, it's catastrophic. Lil Scrappy took Bambi by surprise, leaving her silent fans in complete shock. Is this the biggest betrayal ever discovered in the toxic world of love and hip-hop? Or is there a darker, more twisted plot that has been going on behind the scenes for years? Bambi and Scrappy played the ideal couple under the glaring lights of reality. But according to Stevie J, it was all a carefully constructed illusion, a house of cards built on lies, secrets, and betrayal. And it is now coming crashing down in spectacular fashion. What did Stevie J really discover? Is this the scandal that finally destroys Bambi's reputation forever and leaves Lil Scrappy with nothing at all? Or is there another side to this story that no one is prepared to face? Keep watching because everything you believe you know is about to be destroyed. The morning after Stevie J's explosive revelation, the internet was a war zone screenshot. Whispers, unverified rumors. Everything was moving at breakneck speed. But behind it all was one thing that was frighteningly obvious. Lil Scrappy's life was collapsing piece by piece. How did this happen? Let's go back in time because, to fully comprehend the extent of this betrayal, you must know where the cracks first appeared. It wasn't always like this. Once upon a time, Lil Scrappy and Bambi were the stars of love and hip-hop Atlanta. They were messy, yes, but in a way, and fans adored Scrappy's gritty charm. Roller coaster, but it felt real to the fans up until this point because, in Stevie J's opinion, everything was a lie. According to sources close to Stevie J, people who once shared the same reality TV hallways say that Bambi had secrets so terrible and unforgivable that even Scrappy's thick skin couldn't save their love once they were revealed. As the master manipulator that he has always been portrayed as, Stevie J wasn't going to let those secrets remain hidden any longer. So why explode Bambi's life now? Insiders say that revenge was only a part of it for years. He was subtly fading into obscurity. Perhaps this was more than just retaliation. Perhaps it was jealousy, resentment, and a strong desire to remind everyone that Stevie J still controls the game and the secret. Well, get ready, because anonymous sources claim that Bambi was playing a much more dangerous game behind the scenes than simply portraying Scrappy as his loyal wife for the cameras. This game involved secret bank accounts, private meetings, and alliances that would cause any marriage to fall apart under pressure. We're talking about hush money, silent business partnerships with Scrappy's competitors, and even private messages that, if Stevie J allegedly obtained some of these messages, which were full of strategic betrayals, conversations about staging, public fights to increase show ratings, and, worst of all, discussions about Scrappy's biggest vulnerabilities being used for storyline gain. If even a small portion of this is true, then Bambi was paychecks. The worst part is that Scrappy was unaware for years that he fought for their relationship, publicly defended Bambi, went to war with his fellow cast members, and even jeopardized his own reputation for someone who, according to these sources, saw him as merely a stepping stone. Imagine the betrayal. Imagine building a life with someone only to discover that it was all a chessboard and you were the pawn. However, insiders claim that Stevie J learned of this from someone who was well connected to the Love and IP Hop production circle and who had witnessed enough shady conversations and behind-the-scenes transactions to know the truth. This insider, fed up with Bambi's alleged manipulations, decided it was time for some retribution, and Stevie J was the ideal weapon. Armed with screenshots, recordings, and receipts, Stevie J reportedly confronted Bambi in private for months. The first casualty of Stevie J's nuclear assault was Lil Scrappy, who was caught between the woman he loved and the brutal truth he unleashed on the world. Social media exploded the moment the allegations hit, with fans who once supported Bambi and Scrappy as the ultimate ride-or-die couple now dragging her name through the mud in memes. reaction videos, conspiracy threads, and more. Earlier, sources claimed that he offered her a choice: play nice or the truth comes out. She may have thought he was bluffing, or she may have assumed her alliances within the network would protect her, remain silent as things worsened. Meanwhile, sources close to Scrappy say he's devastated, blindsided, embarrassed beyond belief, and furious not just at Bambi, but at himself for not seeing the signs earlier and for trusting someone who, according to these leaks, never had his best interests at heart. In a series of no-deleted social media posts, Scrappy hinted at betrayal removed from his profiles. It's obvious that the damage is real and profound, but the crucial question is how much worse things will get. As insiders are speculating that what Stevie J has already revealed is just the tip of the iceberg. As Lil Scrappy tries to pick up the broken pieces of his life, Stevie J is reportedly getting ready to release even more evidence that will make it impossible for even Bambi's strongest supporters to save her reputation. We're talking about covert cash payments, backroom deals with Scrappy's enemies, and maybe even a second man in the picture during her relationship with Scrappy. The tension is unbearable, the stakes are high, and the players, well, none of them are backing down as more damning information is about to surface. Irreversible. And as the sun rose over Atlanta, the whispers turned into roars. Stevie J, who never lets drama simmer, is accused of leaking the next round of receipts, which sent the internet into a complete meltdown. What followed took this scandal from bad to disastrous. The second wave of leaks included voice notes, which sources claim were private recordings sent between Bambi and an unidentified shadowy figure, but the content was devastating. In these audio clips, Bambi allegedly expresses her frustration with Scrappy's lack of business sense, makes fun of his attempts to be the head of the household, and, worst of all, boasts about how simple it was to spin him like a record for the resquige. I think we all know I've been exploring that way. Bambi allegedly expresses her frustration with Scrappy cells. As we see with Camry, so more with Skip Pravies, with some of the lies, with Skacade Cellas, with Sids. I can't sive it. We want to acquit, contend with, fall with, conweed you to congree the concor, at concan with the conlate me some goy with kai to see you we can kick I get you can we you to shoot with you to kick sa you to you wiki you could do like to get I think you to I freak often with quick you with it could you I was suey with it I could I feel I could work if there were cameras, insiders. That's how you stay winning on this show. Fans, bloggers, and even former Love and Hip Hop cast members couldn't believe they were hearing it. Was this really the same Bambi who fought so hard on screen to defend Scrappy against everyone, including the faithful wife who stood by him through every cheating scandal and family feud? Or had the ultimate betrayal been hiding in plain sight the entire time? In a now-deleted cryptic post, he wrote, "They said I was messy. Nah, I just cleaned house." The internet went crazy. Meanwhile, Lil Scrappy remained silent and he was spiraling. Friends said he had already packed his bags and left their house. The man appeared to have been hit by a truck. One insider shared, "You can heartbreak like that?" The betrayal hurt, for more reasons than just the leaks. Also alluded to Bambi allegedly arranging private agreements with rival romantic and hip-hop figures that Scrappy had publicly squabbled with, maintain her relevance and secure her own spin-off opportunities. We're talking about backroom deals, promises of on-camera drama setups, and covert collaborations to spice up failing storylines. It painted a troubling picture of someone who would destroy anything or anyone for fame. Before long, Team Scrappy became popular, with thousands of fans posting messages of support for the rapper. However, an equally vocal group began using the hashtag #JewBambi played the game to celebrate what they called the media frenzy only intensified when Jocelyn Hernandez, who never sat quietly on the sidelines, jumped into the mess on an Instagram Live that went viral right away. She sneered, "I told you, you all Stevie ain't no liar. You all aren't ready for the next drop." Bambi believed she was an untouchable girl. It was a warning that even more secrets were about to be revealed. The Love and Hip Hop production team was in crisis mode, according to sources, as producers frantically tried to figure out how to handle the situation. The situation spiraled out of control, with some insiders whispering that executives were ecstatic about the unexpected boost in ratings, while others allegedly feared legal action if private recordings continued to leak. At the center of it all, Bambi refused to comment, which only fueled more speculation about whether she was guilty, working on a countersuit, or negotiating behind closed doors for damage control with producers. Then came the next twist: rumors of legal repercussions. Several anonymous legal experts told entertainment blogs that if the leaks were genuine, Bambi could face civil action from Scrappy for emotional distress and breach of contract claims from VH1 if the stakes weren't high enough. The internet exploded late one night when a gossip website called The Shade Room purportedly posted screenshots of what appeared to be direct messages between Bambi and an unidentified businessman planning to launch a joint influencer brand without Scrappy's knowledge. The alleged messages showed Bambi calling Scrappy dead weight and a liability that she's stuck with. Fans who had supported Bambi following the initial leak finally started to turn on her comment sections, which were filled with derogatory remarks. Issued a single ambiguous statement saying, "Lil Scrappy asks for privacy during this difficult time." By this point, it was said that even the producers of Love and Hip Hop had no choice but to consider drastic measures, with insiders hinting at possible contract suspensions, episode re-edits, and even rumors of firing key cast members if the leaks continued to damage the brand. However, Stevie J was allegedly enjoying every second of the Bambi movie, which only served to fuel the fire. Nobody knew if the next leak would include video proof, financial documents, more direct messages, or even a bombshell involving another celebrity connected to the couple's circle. But the possibility of something bigger hanging over everyone's head kept fans, blogs, and even mainstream media completely locked in. The drama had already taken over Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube reaction channels, and the entire scandal had become the year's biggest reality TV event. The worst part was that there was no indication that it would slow down. As the story comes to an end, the lines are drawn. Lil Scrappy's heartbroken, Stevie J's gloating fans are divided, and Bambi's entire empire is hanging by a thread. As for what comes next, everyone is waiting to see what will happen because, according to multiple insiders, the most explosive evidence of all has not yet been revealed. Could this mean that Bambi was preparing for a legal battle? Or was it just a complex diversion to keep everyone guessing? According to people close to the situation, Stevie J's final blow was not just screenshots, direct messages, or voice notes this time. It was an alleged video, yes, private video that purportedly showed, Bambi and an unnamed man in an intimate setting taken during the time she and Scrappy were still married. Whether it was real or edited, no one could say for sure, but the rumors alone were enough to send shockwaves through social media. Every blogger, YouTube channel, and gossip page was locked onto one question: what else could possibly be left? Shortly after the leak, Twitter went viral with rumors that Bambi and her Scrappy deserve better. Insiders said that friends rushed to be with Scrappy, who had been heartbreakingly silent during the previous two exposes, out of fear for his mental health. One source said, "He's crushed. This wasn't just betrayal, it was the ultimate humiliation." Stevie J further fueled the flames with a cryptic post that read, "You played the game. I played it better." The backlash against Bambi was swift and vicious, with fans who had once admired her for her confidence and glitz now labeling the production team of Love and Hip Hop reportedly went into full-blown crisis mode, with emergency calls, legal consultations, and internal investigations taking over their offices for days. Executives reportedly debated whether to remove Bambi from the cast permanently or use the scandal as a twisted ratings boost. She was portrayed by social media as the coldest manipulator reality TV had ever produced, thanks to her betrayal, deceit, and arrogance. The rumors intensified when purported insiders stated that VH1 had secretly launched an internal investigation into whether any employees or crew members helped Stevie J obtain private footage. It was unclear whether this was true, but the damage had already been done. Meanwhile, fans demanded that Bambi speak, saying that silence was no longer an option. The pressure reached a fever pitch when TMZ published an unverified headline that said that Bambi was planning an explosive tell-all interview. Was her side of the story coming? Was she attempting to sway the narrative in her favor one last time? Back at the center of the storm, Lil Scrappy was reportedly preparing to file for divorce. Rumor sites claimed he had consulted multiple lawyers and was exploring legal options for defamation, emotional distress, and division of assets. Scrappy, who had built a brand on loyalty and family, now stood as the symbol of heartbreak and betrayal. Speculation only increased when Bambi was spotted by paparazzi once more, this time entering what appeared to be a film studio in Atlanta. Are you filming a response? Are you going to sue Stevie J? Are the rumors true? In one final devastating twist, the alleged video sent Love and Hip Hop's viewership into record-breaking territory. The following week's episode became the most watched in franchise history. The scandal had become the show's darkest but most profitable storyline ever. Support pages appeared everywhere on Twitter with messages like, "We stand with Scrappy. Deserve better. King Bambi played you, but you'll rise again." The showman once again hinted that there was more to come, whether that was true or just more manipulation, but the damage had already been done. The girl who once dominated the scene with her icy confidence and attention-grabbing looks now faced what insiders called total brand collapse. The tragic irony is that, according to unconfirmed reports, Bambi had allegedly orchestrated minor scandals before to boost her love and hip-hop relevance. But this time, she underestimated Stevie J's ruthlessness. If the reports are true, she lost everything in a gamble for attention. And what of Stevie? Endorsement deals allegedly started to disappear. Beauty brands and clothing sponsors discreetly removed her posts from their pages. The public's perception of Jay was split. Some fans called him a toxic villain and a master manipulator who destroyed lives for amusement, while others referred to him as the ultimate realist who revealed the dirty game behind the glamorous reality TV facade. One comment went viral, summarizing it best: "You can love him or you can hate him, but you can't ignore him." Insiders claimed that Lil Scrappy was concentrating on his kids and vowed to never discuss Bambi in public again, saying that he was done with drama, as if for Bambi. The world was waiting for a response that never materialized. While others conjectured that she was planning a comeback with an exclusive interview or book deal, the final chapter was left unwritten, and some thought she had simply vanished from the public eye forever. Would Bambi recover from the ashes? Would Stevie J make yet another shocking revelation? Could Scrappy rebuild his career and image after the most humiliating public breakup reality TV had ever witnessed? No one knew, and that was the genius of the entire saga. Like any great reality show, the ending was left open-ended, keeping viewers guessing, debating, and waiting for whatever twists might come next. One thing was certain, though. The question now is simple. Was Stevie J a heartless villain? Or the truth teller the world didn't know it needed? Is Bambi truly the master manipulator? Or is this the biggest reality TV setup ever staged? Can Scrappy rebuild after the most public betrayal of his life? We want you to head down to that comment section and let us know who the real villain who deserves redemption will be. The scandal that rocked love and hip-hop like never before. 'Cause, let's face it, the drama never sleeps. And another bombshell is always just one leak away. So if you're a sucker for dramatic celebrity scandals, outrageous twists, and shocking betrayals, don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss the next jaw-dropping expos. Next up, we're dropping